Good morning, Taurus. Welcome back. My name is Rosa and I'm here to bring you another general love read. So what that means is that maybe all the messages that I channel through today may not be for you. So I'm going to let you use your discernment with that one. Don't try to force this reading if it doesn't speak to you. However, I do recommend to stick it out to the very end because I always set that intention that there's something in my reading that you can take away and use to help guide you and support you at this time. All right. Even if it's one golden nugget that you hear in my reading, that is my intention when I do these readings. Taurus, welcome back to those who support the work that I do here. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm also over on Instagram where I do offer a variety of 10-minute readings over there. So if that speaks to you, all the details on how to connect with me will be in the drop-down box below. Taurus, you will also find the extended link to this reading downstairs. So if this reading speaks to you and you want to come over to Vimeo with me and unpack it, feel free to do so. And I just want to say, Taurus, thank you so much, guys. You came in second with the highest number of views. So yeah, thank you, guys. Let's dive on in. As you can see with this reading, Taurus, we've got some extra cards. You had 4 cards come through from the deck that I specifically created called the Twin Flames Oracle, Journey from the Shadows to the Light. So I created this deck for my own personal use. I may release it for purchase somewhere down the track, but for now it is just for my personal use, just in case you're wondering. So let's have a look at these cards and we will then see how they tie into the reading as well. So we've got the Empowered card coming through. So within this situation regarding another, I feel one of you is feeling empowered or is going to feel more empowered due to a current situation. You know, fire is very transformative. So I feel that maybe perhaps one of you or both of you is transforming through a situation. We've also got the card of attachment. Quite clearly what stood out here is that these 2 women in this card are identical. Okay, so we could be speaking to a twin flame. For some of you, you may be dealing with a twin flame connection. For others of you, I feel that you and your person could be mirroring each other at this time. And the mirroring could be like, I feel like I'm drawn to the word unhealthy, right? Unhealthy bonds. So you could be playing out or mirroring to each other something that is not conducive to this connection, okay? This also clearly speaks to a strong connection. We've got attachment here. So perhaps one of you or both of you is trying to work through, okay, transform that energy of not being so attached, okay? Because when we attach ourselves to someone, that's when we create more painful experiences because we are then attached, and that creates an unhealthy bond. So I feel like with that Empowered card, it really speaks to just trying to transform that, right? That attachment, trying to transform that attachment. And there's that fire energy coming through again, trying to transform that attachment, okay? So see this wand with that fire flame there? It's in the middle of you two. So I feel like that's what's needed. We've also got, the next card that came through was the Manifest card. So yes, manifesting change, but I'm also getting the word materialize here. And I'm looking at all this gold in this card, which could speak to someone is overly materialistic here, or someone is holding on due to the material world, okay? Someone is holding on due to finances and security and like that side of life. Maybe that's the attachment, right? Well, if I let this go, what's going to happen to my money? What's going to happen to my finances? What's going to happen to my home? What's going to happen to my car? What's going to happen to my family? It's kind of like that energy coming through. And we've also got the magnetic card. I feel here with this card that this could speak to still feeling pulled or drawn to this person, okay? The magnetism is still there, but I also feel like this is a soul pull, like something bigger than you is calling, okay? Something bigger, like a soul call, like being drawn to something that you know has to be followed. Like this energy has to be followed. It's like the noise of this is too strong. It's becoming more and more apparent, okay, with this magnetic card. So something is becoming more and more apparent. Okay, so let's dive into the main part of the read. I'm just going to take a sip of water. In the center of your reading, Taurus, we've got the chaos and conflict card. Okay, and I was also drawn to the number 33. So this is definitely speaking to, for some of you, a strong twin flame connection or a strong soul bond with someone. Now, I'm also getting here with the chaos and conflict. I can see this zebra-like animal in the center of this card, and like there's particles, you know, breaking away from this zebra. Now, underneath it's a zebra, but on the outside it looks like a giraffe. Okay, so I'm getting here that someone is feeling conflicted inside. Okay, someone in this dynamic. Now, this card, I forgot to mention, Taurus, is the overall energy or message that's coming through regarding your love situation. Okay, now I'm picking up here that someone is feeling conflicted inside. And as a result of this internal conflict, it's creating chaos outside of oneself. Okay, now due to someone's internal conflict, it's creating chaos in the outside world, meaning that it could be causing chaos within this relationship. Now, I'm also seeing here that something is unclear, something is uncertain. All those clouds are bringing uncertainty, okay? And this giraffe or this zebra, this coating outside of the zebra is peeling away. So I feel like a layer is being peeled back, okay? Something is needing to be uncovered here. Something clearly doesn't make sense, but it's about digging deeper and peeling back the layer, because remember, underneath this giraffe-like layer is the true self, which is the zebra. So someone could be putting on a facade here, okay? Everything is not what it seems. It could appear that it feels like, you know, an illusion. Now let's take a look at the energies of the cards. We've got the gazelle and the whale spirit coming through. Now the whale spirit did come upside down, and I felt strongly to read it in this position. So This is what stands out. Watch this very carefully. The gazelle has the upward pointing triangle. Now with the whale upside down, we've also got an upward pointing triangle, which is telling me that you're both mirroring each other, but I feel like not in a healthy way. Okay, now I know that's really specific. That message there is really, really specific. So it may just speak to a minority of you. So take it if it speaks to you. Don't take it if it doesn't speak to you. Now, I feel, Taurus, that you're coming through as the whale upside down and your person is coming through as the gazelle. Now, the gazelle is paused, is resting here, is just observing, is just watching. This person may be watching you, but the sun is also behind the gazelle, which tells me that it's all about the gazelle. This person has a very big ego. Okay, they don't want to take accountability. They do not want to take responsibility. I feel that they are tired and they're just observing you. Okay, I just feel they've got like a very big head. And they're also, see, this gazelle is resting on the ground. I just feel that they're truly not really putting in a lot of effort, but I am getting that they're exhausted as well. So they could just be exhausted at this time, so they don't feel like they want to put energy and effort into this. But again, they've got a really big head and they can't see past themselves. Now, the whale spirit itself is usually a mature energy. It is someone who is emotionally stable. There's a bit of wisdom and experience that comes with this whale, but I feel that the whale is upside down, and the energy that speaks to that is that I feel, Taurus, if you're the whale, I feel like you're coming through as very reactive at this time, or you're about to come through as very reactive. Now, remember, the whale in its upright position feels to me like someone who is emotionally stable. In the reverse, this person cannot contain their emotions, okay? Their emotions are heightened at this time, so your emotions may be heightened at this time due to some kind of internal conflict going on. Now, the internal conflict could be yours, right? Created by the chaos that's been delivered by the gazelle. So with that, Taurus, I would just come back to what you know. If the whale is speaking to you, come back to what you know. What could support you in balancing out those emotions? How can you ensure that you're not being reactive to someone who is very egotistical at this time? I mean, if you know that they've got a big head and it's all about them, I just feel like this person makes it all about them all the time. Like they want attention 24/7. Like try and understand, you know, from a different perspective, from a mature place, not from a reactive place. Because when we're reacting, we are taking something personally. Now, when someone like the gazelle feels like that the world revolves around them, it's because they haven't matured, they haven't grown up. So that's what you're dealing with, okay? You cannot expect someone who feels like it's all about them to make it all about you. You can't expect them to. And like you can't even control them, right? Like this person is not someone who is willing to move from this position at this time. Okay. So let's have a look at the tarot. Down here, we've got the Maiden of Swords. This is what they're bringing to the connection at this time. Maiden of Swords in traditional tarot speaks to the Page of Swords, okay? They could be younger than you. They could be behaving poorly and immaturely at this time. Like their communication is poor. The way they're expressing themselves is poor. You know, the Page of Swords makes it about them. Like it's just a young, immature energy. Look at the circles here. Like it's all about them, okay? Like they're in the center of these circles. Like the energy is fluid, okay? It's passed down here. It's just all about them. They can't see past their ego. They can't see past themselves. And when they do express and communicate, the messages that are coming forward, it's about, how could you do this to me? Or look at what you've done. They don't take accountability. This is someone who is, you know, just pointing the finger. Seven of Wands. This is what you're bringing to the connection. As you can see here, there is like a beetle in the center of these wands. And those wands are acting like a wall. You've got your barriers up. You've got your defenses up. It's like you versus them. Okay, now it could be a good thing that you've got your guard up because you're no pushover, Taurus. Okay, you're also coming through as, listen here, I'm no pushover. And it's probably a good thing that you're possibly standing your ground. So I would come from the space of empowerment. Okay, see this empowered card here? I would come from that space. If you're dealing with this person, rather than a reactive place, try not to react, but come from a space of empowerment, which is the Seven of Swords. Sorry, not the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands. My apologies. Yeah, stand up for what you believe in. You know, articulate clearly what your values are at this time, what your beliefs are at this time, what you will and won't tolerate at this time. Because when you do that, you come through as someone who's more empowered, someone who's more certain, someone who knows exactly what they want. And that energy right there will be magnetic and appealing, okay? It'll be irresistible. It'll be too hard to ignore, especially from the other person. Now, what's blocking this connection is the Empress. Now, I'm getting a couple of messages with this. I feel like with the Empress, there could be another person in the picture. Okay, I feel like the Empress energy is an energy of perhaps another woman in the picture. If it's not a woman, it's another person in the picture. This Empress could be a mother, a motherly figure, a creative person, someone who creates, someone who gives life. It could also be, the Empress is also, believe it or not, a sexual energy. This is someone who is not afraid to express themselves sexually. They know what pleases them. The Empress knows what pleasures them, and they're not afraid to be provocative in that way. So I'm just sort of getting the energy that there could be someone else in this picture. Now, I know that's not going to speak to everyone. Now, what also could be blocking this connection, if that message isn't for you, what also could be blocking this connection is the Empress values herself. okay, which could be very much you, Taurus, okay? She values herself. She is very well aware of her position, and she knows her standards. She knows what her standards are, and she will not stoop down to anything less than what she knows she deserves. And if this is speaking to you, Taurus, okay, if you are in your power, which the Empress is in her power, but she's not doing it, the Empress isn't in her power in an egotistical way like this person here. No, it's a strength within, okay? It comes from within. So, yeah. And if you're in your power, Taurus, right, it could very much well be affecting this person's ego, okay? And that could be causing that clash, right? Now, what's best going to support you in this connection is the strength in reverse. So I'm feeling like don't hold too tight. Don't attach yourself to unhealthy relationships, unhealthy people, unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy habits. Don't attach yourself to someone who is displaying all of those things. Strength in reverse is to let go of holding on. Don't hold on too tight. Let go. Okay? Release. Detach. So there we have it, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Feel free to leave your likes and comments below. If you'd like to come over to Vimeo and see where this all goes, feel free to do so. And until then, guys, I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.